Okay, guys, so this is odd trying to do this out using two screens. So we're going to go over objective number 8 right now. Video lecture. Please take notes along with the provided document that comes along with this. Describe the aspect of NFPA 1500 related to firefighter safety and health. So safety considerations, fire service culture. Traditional aspects traditionally accept injury, illness, and fatalities as part of the job. It's just been a tradition. I mean, it's what it's what our job is. There's going to be fatalities involved. Fire service is progressing to more safety considerations, safety conscious. Excuse me. Firefighter understands, and they are preventable and can be avoided. So we've got to a point we realize this is an inherently unsafe job. Okay, it just is. But we can also do other things to make it safer. Advent of turnouts, SCBA, wearing your gloves, a lot of different things that we can do to make our job safer. And education, understanding what's going on, help to make things safer as well. Minimal requirements for a department's health and safety program through the NFPA 1500, safety and health related policies and procedures. Training and education, we talked about it the other day. Training is very, very important in this. Fire apparatus equipment and driver operators. Make sure these people are trained properly when they're driving, know how to work them properly. Protective clothing, our safety gear, emergency operations, facility safety. Accidents happen. We've got to stay safe everywhere. So inside the station is no different. Medical and physical requirements, firefighter wellness programs, psychological evaluation and treatment whenever needed, member assistance programs, infection and controlled exposure programs. Becoming in contact with infectious disease, we run medical aids. This is going to be part of what we have to deal with. Proactive approach to safety and health. Firefighters and departments must take a proactive approach to safety, health, fitness, and anticipated hazards. We need to think ahead. We need to think about what's going to happen when we get there. How are we going to react to certain types of situations? Our fitness has a lot to do with that. Staying healthy and active keep us very, very safe, right? So 1500 requirements for fire department training programs. The purpose, prevent occupational illness, injury, and fatalities. And it's broken down like this. Evaluation of skills and knowledge, making sure everybody has the skill set that's necessary and knowledge that's necessary. New recruits are put through the paces and checked on all this stuff, and methods for becoming proficient in firefighter duties. Signing off, being drilled, and being tested and like I said, signed off, which means that you show that you're capable of doing certain tasks. And that then goes back to the NFPA 1500, knowing that you have understanding of how to prevent certain things. 1500 requirements for a fire department training program. Personnel may not be assigned until they completely required evaluation and training. We cannot assign them to a task until they've been completely evaluated and that we know they're capable. Must meet requirements of the NFPA 1000 series, ProKill standards, thorough documentation, annual proficiency training, training for updated policies and procedures, and training and coordination close to actual emergencies. So we're also on those actual scenes being evaluated as well. Safety during training evolutions, use proper PPE. This is a great time to go through everything, make sure it's all working correctly and you understand it right. Maintain situational awareness. Even though it's training, things can get out of hand very quickly. Be aware of physical conditions. Be in good physical condition. Adhere to all safety regulations and maintain PPE and training equipment. PPE being your personal protective equipment, as we talked about at the very top. NFPA 1500 safety requirements for apparatus and driver operators. Apparatus, seatbelts for all occupants, maintenance and inventory records maintained for all equipment. Driver operators wear seatbelts, obey traffic signals and regulations, be thoroughly trained before operating an apparatus in an emergency. Always make sure these people are trained well. Personnel in IDLH atmosphere or hazardous areas must be fully equipped with PPE and SCBA, so our personal protective equipment and our self-contained breathing apparatus, which is our Scott models. Department must provide all members with appropriate protective clothing and equipment. That is their responsibility, and it's your responsibility to make sure you have it with you. Protective clothing must comply with the appropriate FAA design standards. And we're going to go over some of that stuff when we talk about PV, our turnouts. Incident management systems, incident command systems. The IMS must include risk management, personal accountability systems, emergency operations, rapid intervention crews, rehab facilities, and post-incident analysis. So both of these different ways of referring to this, the management system altogether looks at all these aspects of the scene and running calls specific. NFPA 1500 minimum requirements for fire department facilities. The station itself has minimum requirements, what it actually has to have, running water, kitchen, beds, place to sleep, place to house our equipment and keep our equipment safe. Administration building is no different. They fall under normal fire prevention guidelines and building instruction guidelines. Apparatus maintenance, there are departments that actually oversee our apparatus, make sure that they're maintained properly, working appropriately, and training centers. Every department should have some sort of training center. Some are large, some are small, but regardless, they should have specific types of training opportunities. And if your department is small enough that it doesn't have its own training facility, then you should have access to something local so you can do those trainings as necessary. 1500 medical and physical requirements. Medical evaluation to ensure candidates can perform duties. Physical performance standards for hiring. Designated physician available. Job-related physical fitness standards. Fitness programs available, and annual medical exams. So these are things, physical fitness is important. Both mental and physical health are things that we need to watch over for all of us, and it's a requirement. Documentation on the job, injuries and exposures, infectious control programs, medical records kept confidential. They definitely want to make sure these things stay confidential. It's a medical record. We can't share that information unless it's, with that patient or somebody who needs to know about it. Prohibits firefighters from operating while under the influence of alcohol and drugs. And it's a very important concept because think about those volunteers, those paid call firefighters who are actually enjoying their day and then get called in. They cannot respond. They cannot come in. They have to know that this is inappropriate and can't be done. Okay, so that puts us at the end there. We'll move us on to Objective 9. We're going to worry about that later. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Please make sure you took those notes. Hold on to them for now. We're going to talk about notes later. It's getting too many turned in too fast. So we'll talk about it later this week and kind of explain how notes are going to happen from this point forward, okay? So just hold on to this set for now. Thank you very much. Bye.